and good morning. And some more good mornings. How y'all feel? Right? Somewhere I read, had it not been for the Lord on my side, what about nobody else's side? My side. It's gonna be all right, people. Matter of fact, it's all right already. You just gotta, like they had a song back in the day. The song now, show and tell. It's the game I play. That's Mike, dude. Don't know about nobody else. My bad. I don't got the bike. I can't, these other people and what they're saying and what they're doing, it's not on me, baby. What the hell I got on my suit? Something I need to rub up against. How y'all feeling this morning? Everybody all right? Let's see. I don't know. We're going back in the 18th chapter of Revelation, right? We're going to break this thing down, man. In the 18th chapter of Revelation, dealing with Babylon. Week before last, 21, 24, 25, 26, 20. We went through those verses. Last week, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This week, we're dealing with verse 18, 19, 20, 21. God is saying, vengeance. I'm about to avenge. What I told y'all I was going to do, I'm doing it. That's a wrap. That's a wrap now. And the thing is, people, let me tell y'all something. We have a lot. When I say a lot, we have a lot of hurt people in this world, man. And a lot of it comes from experiences, bad experiences in life. Uh, whether it was from bad teaching, bad company, bad relationships, uh, whatever. A lot of people, just and has some, and it's messed up, man. I'm gonna share something with you all. We're gonna run this Bible. Let me put this up there for these people, right? I'm gonna show you all this Bible, how the Bible goes together, right? The whole book, the whole entire book goes together. So when they go to just trying to separate it, this from that, that from this, I mean, come on, man. When I read that Old Testament, I know one thing. That's sort of we look at a lot of stuff going on in the world today with our younger people, right? And what has happened is that they have taken the rules. They have taken the rules out the game, but because what we doing today, they've been doing way back in Bible times. They were doing way back in biblical days, but yet they understood the rules and they followed the rules. So here we come in this day and time, we don't want to go by the rules. Back then they were still hustling, they were still selling, they were still buying, they were still cutting the food, they were still hanging out, they were still drinking, they were doing all of that way back when. Way back when. This is why God is saying all the things that He's saying as they come through the Bible. But that second day, today Tuesday, right? Tomorrow the third, I was in trial, right? Now, it's a lot of stuff that I'm not gonna say on here that I'm gonna put in the book that led up to the right. But it was a bunch of games. You know what I'm saying? So now, if I pick this Bible up, right? I pick this Bible up, right? You look at these people today, right? I look at Paul's writings. Paul let me know that in the 12th chapter of Romans, vengeance is of the Lord, right? He let me know in the 10th chapter of Hebrew, vengeance is of the Lord. I go in John writes in Revelation according to the I go in John writes in Revelation according to the sixth chapter, they're asking when you gonna avenge for us? I go in the 18th chapter, they're asking, when you gonna avenge for us? I go in the 18th chapter of Revelation, and now God show where he has avenged for the prophets and for his people and for the apostles. Right now, watch this. If I go in the 18th chapter of Deuteronomy, remember now, people, Deuteronomy is the most quoted book in the New Testament. If I go in the 18th chapter of Deuteronomy, right, God is putting his people on game about the prophets. Deep game about these false prophets, right? Okay, now, if I take it in the 32nd chapter of Deuteronomy, I'm going to break down what God is saying, vengeance is mine. This is where Paul gets it from, right? Now, if I take it in the 41st chapter of Isaiah, I have to break the whole chapter down because God talking to Jacob and then God talking to these gods. He's talking to Jacob and then he's talking to these gods. He won't play checkers. We won't play checkers. And while we playing checkers, he told and preparing for trial, he would go on up, right? Make a long story short, they planted him in there to get information out of me, right? Okay, cool. So once I go to trial, I don't see him no more. What happened to this dude? What happened to this dude? People, all of this stuff about life is game. Y'all think game is bad. Game is not bad. The only thing bad is that you don't know how to play game. The only thing bad is that you don't understand game. Pastor Mike, I'm the type of pastor. I won't put you on game. That if a lot of our young ladies and young men understood game, we wouldn't have the problems we have. But as us older people who done ran game, who understand game, who done got game played on us, why we don't put the young people on game? But it go to show you that a lot of us are not as smart as we think we are. One thing for sure, two things for sure. The average dude, not the above average, they focus. You got average, above average, below average. But the average dude in the streets, when it come down to book knowledge, he dumb as a box of rocks. He dumb as a box of rocks. But you can't peep game. So if he come with a nice dress game, he come with a nice talk game, he come with a nice paper game, he got you. He got you. Because you're not focusing. People, it's a reason. It's a reason. When Jesus came on the set, right? It's a reason why he opened blinded eyes. Blinded eyes. He opened blinded eyes, unstopped the deaf ear, and loosed the dumb tongue. Why he had to do that? Because he wanted to put us on game. He wanted to put us on game. Nowhere else in that Old Testament where that is really stressed a factor. So now, okay, cool. You take the Bible, right? Let's do some Bible, right? The Bible said never let your right hand know what your left hand doing, right? We know that's with giving, right? So now, boom, I do something with my right hand, right? I give you something with my right hand. Nobody seen me do it. Nobody seen me do it, right? So now you come back. Say, Mike, when you did that? The Bible said never let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. In other words, it should be done so swiftly. It should be done so fast that your left hand didn't even see what happened. But we don't put y'all on that kind of game. We take the Bible and we give it into you in a lame terms, as if you blind, as if you deaf, and as if you can't speak. If we turn and do it like Jesus did it, for he opened that blinded eye, he unstopped that deaf ear, and he loosed the dumb tongue, so the people be on game. Why? Because he know them people wasn't doing nothing but running game on them people. I take a snippet, or just a small snippet, out of yesterday's, right? Street game. It's over 11,000 views. Street game. It's over 11,000 views. I come on here no more than 2-3 minutes. I come on here hour and a half. Might get 400 views. Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. The young lady said, the young lady said, she went to the pastor about her mother. And when the pastor didn't have the right answers, she went to the therapist. And the therapist told her, that's not your mama. That's just somebody who had sex and had you. She didn't want you, so you shouldn't want her. That's what the therapist tell a young lady about her mother. Coldest game in the world. What's your problem? See, y'all run the people don't even. She probably had the same problem, but she hid behind a certificate. She behind a piece of paper, a PhD, and all this other garbage. Do you really know about them people, y'all? Do y'all really know about the average pastor in the pulpit? Why you there? How you get there? My mother told me a story. She said, son, it really took me a long time to deal with the church. I said, why, mom? If anybody knew about Uptown back in the days, now not this recent stuff, back in the days, on the corner of Barone and Ford, is a big house. It's a big old house right there. Big old yard, big house. Back in the days, that was the madam's house. You know what I'm saying? That was the madam's house. Next door to that house, that's where my grandmother lived, right? So my mother is coming out to go to work one morning, right? As she's coming out to get in a cab to go to work, guess what my mother sees? My mother sees the pastor coming out of the madam's house. Now keep in mind now, my mother, my 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 mother seen the pastor coming out of the madam's house that time of morning. She getting ready to go to work, right? Now, what in the world that little lady supposed to do with a rotten child like me? Because she can't go to the pastor. Why? She seen the pastor coming out the madam's house. So how we gonna help anybody when we messed up? We messed up. And the same ones stand up there and tell y'all all that jibby jibby jab, tell y'all all them lies because y'all can't be game, because we don't want to open y'all eyes, we don't want to stop y'all ears, and we don't lose y'all tongue. Why? Because we gonna tell y'all you can't talk, but don't put your mouth on the man of God. Don't ask no questions, you done shut your mouths. And then we tell y'all, well, you can't go here, you can't go, so now you're deaf. And we tell you, well, look, it's a chain of command, so now you can't see. So the average person don't have a clue about what's really happening. So here I am, I'm sitting in federal trial. Mom's about to take the stand, right? He game. The prosecutor in the bathroom running her mouth. She's running her mouth. Oh, he's a tough cookie. He think he owed that. Oh, we gonna get him. This, that, and other. She's running her mouth in the restroom. Mom's is in the restroom. So mom have not taken the stand yet. She still got to get on the stand. But this prosecutor running her mouth don't know that that's my mother that she's running her mouth in front of. So I'm in this courtroom, right? I'm tripping. I done fell back. Moms get on the stand. Mom's cold soul. Mom's is a cold soul. They ask your mom this, ask your mom that. Mom said, let me tell y'all something. I go to work. I come home, I take me a shower, I get in my bed. I don't know what Michael be doing. I don't know what whatever Michael and them was out there doing, that was Michael and them business. So here it is. They trying to trick moms. Moms taught me, how the hell you gonna trick moms? I get my game from moms. How you gonna trick moms? But the thing is, people, when we don't know how to peep game, when we don't know nothing about game, that's how we get caught up. But they gonna make you think game is bad when all the while they run game on you. I'm gonna put it in the book, right? Shorty called me, right? Shorty called me. Shorty said, Mike, what's up, Shorty? Dude got busted, yeah. Don't trust him, Mike. He done got out. Yeah. Okay. So he called me. Ought to be my boy now. He calls me. Now Shorty done already put me on game. He out. How the hell you get out? You just got busted. All right, cool. Dude called me. Show you how rotten game is. Dude called me, right? Shorty already done called me, so I ain't tripping. What's that? Man, let me hit you back in 20 minutes. I don't even want to talk. Let me hit you back in 20 minutes. Do y'all know that's how I get 11 years? That's how I wound up doing 11 years flat. Because I told dude, let me hit you back in 20 minutes. Show you how dirty the game is. My little partner heard it. Who that was? That's your boy. What do you want? Hey, ain't nobody selling him nothing. Man, I'll go sell it to him. You what? I'll go sell it to him. Say, you stupid. Dude, man, I ain't worrying about all sell it. He go sell it to the dude. Come back 2 days later. 2 days later, the same dude. That he come back. I'm telling dude, I don't. When I tell you the whole area, they had the whole area. I'm like, all them undercovers around there by AMP, you ain't see all that? They ain't worried about that. So he lay there and go get something and sell it to the dude anyway and get busted. But he got a chick in the car, right? They get busted together. He take the drugs and throw it in the chick purse. So that's what put the chick in the game. So now, come on, man. If God be for you, who can be against you? Even when you don't know what's happening, God be working. So now these people tells him, get us Mike, you could go. Now I'm on the run. Now I'm on the run. I can't go nowhere. Why? Got the feds looking for me. Feds looking for me. Do you know how messed up I am? I can't think. I can't sleep. I can't eat. Why? Got the feds looking for me. I'm on the ground. One day I say, Lord, I want to go see my mama. Mom's in the hospital now. Now keep in mind, I'm by my mama's bedside. Show you how sharp Shorty is. I'm by my mama's bedside. I get a phone call. Mama. Girl, this ain't your mama's house. Mama. Told y'all. Society has robbed y'all out of the ability to think. I didn't teach her that, but she knew better. Dudes ain't coming there on y'all. No, mama. NOPD? No, mama. The big people? Yeah, mama. Mom's laying in the bed. Just had an open heart surgery. Say, come. When it come down, when it come down, how that's bad? How that's bad? It's bad. You don't know no better. Now here it is. Moses is saying, say, bro, watch the movies. But they're prophets. How you know? How you know? Because he say you're a prophet. How you know? The coldest game in the world is to make you believe that I am and I know I'm not. That's the coldest game in the world. So if I don't teach you who I am, I teach you who you are. See the game? See the game? But Y'all put me way up here. Why? Who are you? Do you know who you are? One thing about a con artist know that the average person wants something for nothing. The con artists know that. Don't you know Black Fridays is a bunch of con artists? They ain't nothing but a bunch of con artists. A bunch of con artists. Why? We're going to call it Black Friday and we're going to say it's a sale. Only 2 years later, you're going to be buying another television. To wait 2 more years to buy another television. Why? Because they only make it to last long enough to make more money off of you because they know you want something for nothing. Come on, man. That's cold game, man. But we don't peep game. So now you're running the church. Sow a seed. What you did for that? What did you do for that? Now you want God to give you a house, a car, a mountain, and what did you do for it? The young lady said she gave up on the church because the therapist told her, your mama just had sex. That's not your mama. She don't love you. She don't want you. And the young lady said that was the best advice she ever got because she went to the pastor and the pastor didn't want to give her the right game. Why? Say, now let me tell y'all something. Don't sit up under nobody that's not going to teach you game. Because if they're not teaching you game, run you game. Always believe that. Always believe that. Because guess what? Any man want to be in position, he know game. How you think he get in a position? You can't get in a position if you don't know game. You can't get in a position if you don't play the game. So if you play the game, you have some kind of knowledge of the game. For as I say, call me back in 20 minutes. Them people hit me with a conspiracy. They said I conspired. I conspired to sell drugs. Why? Because them old gangsters back in the days always told me, whatever you do it by yourself. So I already know. Mike ain't gonna never tell on Mike. Mike ain't gonna never tell on Mike. Why? And that's the thing, people. Stop trying to look. Let the world be the world. Let the world be the world. You should have enough game where you can recognize the world from the spirit. But in the church, we mixing it. So y'all don't know the difference. But you look like needing a damn therapist and you trust God. What the hell? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. God, that's a therapist. They didn't read a book. They don't want God. That's not even no type. We don't understand the difference. Come here, Bible. Show y'all some game. According to Isaiah, right? Isaiah 40, I'll start at 28. Watch this. Isaiah 40 and 28. Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that the everlasting God, the Lord, the Creator, the Lord, the God, the Creator of the ends of the earth, faint not, neither is he weary. There is no searching of his understanding. So what the hell I need a therapist for? That's for the world. That's for the people in the world. They need a therapist. You don't need no therapist. Why we don't teach y'all that in the church? If we're not teaching you to get to know God and get to know God for yourself, what are we teaching you? Just what I thought. Verse 29. He give it power. He give it power. He give it power. He give it power to the faint. And to them that have no might, he increase strength. So what I need a therapist for? You got a guy in the church. Be encouraging, be inspiring, but yet he said both. But what about these scriptures? Just throw them away? Just throw them away? You don't even ain't no damn therapist. In that courtroom, people, I got all of us the same age. Three young men, black men, in their twenties, sitting in federal court. And no, none of us have an earthly clue. Renaud don't have an earthly clue. Dimitri don't have an earthly clue. And I sure don't have an earthly clue what's going on. So my understanding came from God, Mike. I'm allowing you to go through this because I'm gonna need you to teach my people what's real. You can't tell nobody something you have not been through. What you gonna tell me about sitting in federal court and you never sat there? What could you tell me about going through any of that and you haven't been through it? Because you're a damn therapist? Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. That's for the world. You go over there and advise the world. But as far as us, as far as the people of God, he said, how are we going to know that's a prophet? Because it's going to come to pass. What he's saying is going to be fulfilled. How many of y'all have been lied to in the church? How many of y'all still being lied to in the church? This is why in the 18th chapter, he said, I'm avenged for you the stuff that was done to you in the earth. And to them that have no might, he increaseth strength. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord, but they that wait upon the Lord, but they that wait upon the Lord. That's just like right before Easter. You had Wiley, you had Luder, you had Watson come on the news. We gonna fight crime, and we got some more pastors coming together, and we gonna do what we can do in this city. Did y'all hear anything after that? Did y'all hear anything after that? Be truthful for yourself. You gotta be truthful to me. Be truthful to yourself. Did you hear anything after that? It was done Good Friday. Did you hear anything else from any one of them after that? No, and you won't. You know why? Because here come the game. Coming through this pandemic, Easter Sunday, we close. And the church, we know, Easter and Mother's Day, gonna bring that money in the church. Easter and Mother's Day, y'all coming to church. So now, why not let the people feel comfortable? Why not run game on the people, letting them know, come on, y'all, this is Good Friday, and we're gonna help fight the crime in this city, and y'all come on, and y'all ran y'all crazy tail to church, and ain't nothing happened after that. Boy, that ain't game. What was it? According to the scriptures, when was it fulfilled what they say as representatives of God? Bible. When them people gave me that time, I told God, God, whatever you do, for the rest of my life, always let me know when I'm among a snake, whether he poisonous or non-poisonous. Always let me know when I'm among a snake. I look back over my life. Look at how them snakes did me. Look at how the snakes did me. I asked God, I say God, bro, did Noah get snakes and put snakes on that boat? Or did you drown all the snakes during the flood? Or were there any snakes before the flood? I asked God. Because I want to know where the hell all these snakes come from. Where the hell all these snakes come from? And if God, if you allowed the snakes to be in this world, God, please let me know when I'm among a snake, whether he poisonous or not. Why? Because he gonna hurt me, God. Even if he not poisonous, he's gonna scare me half to death, God. That may make me hurt myself. But we ain't gonna talk to y'all like that because we not gonna put y'all on game. Always stay focused of a snake, whether he poisonous or not. So I'm studying, right? I said, God, for the rest of my life, before I get into anything, before I get into anything, I'm gonna do my homework. Had I would have known federal law, had I would have known federal guidelines, see, bro, ain't nowhere in the world I'd have got jammed up like that. See them old gangsters? See them old pimps? They taught me. They taught me well. NOPD couldn't stand a chance. Go to jail for what? Volunteer to go to jail for what? Always do it by yourself. Always listen and always pay attention. Don't ever live your life slipping. Don't ever live your life slipping. That's why I didn't drink. That's why I didn't smoke. I had one incident in that country town. I had one incident in that country town. I see these dudes watching me, right? But I don't know this dude who I'm with. I don't know he got beef with these dudes. I don't know this, right? I'm thinking the dude's cool, right? So I see him watching me, so I go and get a drink. And I play like I'm drinking it, right? Because they watching me, they own me, right? So when they wasn't watching, I pulled it out. So now I go get another one. But this time, I'm playing like I'm drunk. I'm playing like I'm drunk. I go to the bathroom just to really see what's going on. I go to the bathroom. They followed me in the bathroom. They follow me. I'm playing like I'm drunk, right? Don't smoke, don't drink. So when I'm saying, bro, you got a lighter? Man, I need a lighter. I'm playing like I'm drunk. I asked him for a lighter. Why? I need to look in his face. Because we're in the club, I couldn't see him. In that bathroom, I could see him. That's why I took him to the bathroom. Because there's more light in the bathroom, I need to see his face. So now I see his face, I asked him for a lighter. I said, don't worry about it, but my boy and them might have one. Now I need to let him know who I'm with. So now I go outside, I'm with my boys, I say, shit, bro, something ain't right in here. I don't know what's going on. Something ain't right. Whether it was them or they boys, when we get in the parking lot, they shot the car. They shot the car. So you think Pastor Mike is going to come on here or anywhere else and lie about this book? See, bro, if it had not been for the Lord on my side, ain't nowhere in the world. Ain't no way in the world I'll still be here. Say, bro, I don't have nothing against those people or those people. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about my life. I'm talking about what I went through. And every time I open this book, I said, well, God, it's been right here. You say, yeah, Mike, but you'll never pick it up and read it. Now you're picking it up. Now you're reading it. Now I'm giving you understanding. This is why, bro. That stuff y'all send me from y'all pastors, them dudes fake, bro. Them dudes phony, bro. I was listening to Geno Jennings the other day, and he finally said something I like. Because now he's teaching the realness of the Bible. He's teaching Europe. He never mentioned Rome, but he's teaching Europe. Europe changed the world in how the world should see the gospel. Paul was preaching the gospel, but Europe painted the gospel. And every last one of these pastors in these pulpits, they faking because they're not giving y'all the real. When it comes down to the gospel, they're giving y'all a picture that has been painted by some other people. Going to the Bible. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. He get in the 42nd chapter. Now he's telling us about Jacob. Keep silence before me. Jacob, don't worry about that. I got y'all, baby. I'm y'all God. I'm going to make sure y'all all right. I'm going to take care of y'all. Y'all don't have to worry about nothing. When he gets down to the 21st verse, now look what he says. Always, verse 21, he says, Produce your cause. Produce your cause, says the Lord. Bring forth your strong reasons, says the King of Jacob. 22. Let them that bring them forth and show us what shall happen. Go ask your pastor what's going to happen. Stop. Go ask him what happened. Stop. If he can't answer what happened, and if he can't answer what's going to happen, oh my. According to the 41st chapter of Isaiah. Watch this. Let them bring them forth and show us what shall happen. Let them show the former things what they be, that we may consider them and know the latter end of them, or declare us things for to come. Show the things that are to come hereafter, that we may know that you are gods. Do good or do evil, that you may dismay and behold it together. God said, Mike, let them bring their gods. Bring y'all gods. Can y'all go tell y'all what was the latter things? Can y'all go tell y'all what's to come? Hell no. Come in Deuteronomy and show y'all how slow we are. How slow we are and have been in the church. Show you something. Watch this now. According to the 32nd chapter of Deuteronomy, watch this. I'll back it up to verse 32. Deuteronomy 32 and 32 says, for their vine is of the vine of Sodom, and of the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes, listen to that, their grapes are grapes of gall. Their clusters are bitter, right? In the 14th chapter of Revelation, watch this. Stay focused on the grapes. Stay focused on the cluster. Stay focused on what's going on in the chapter. In the 14th chapter of Revelation, verse 19, and the angel thrust his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress, the wrath of God. Y'all didn't know that? You read Deuteronomy, right? I'm going to keep reading. Watch this. Verse 34, 33. Their wine is the poison of dragons and the cruel venom of asps. It is not this laid up in the store with me and sealed up among my treasures? Verse 35. To me belong vengeance. To me belong vengeance. And recompense, their foot shall slide in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand. So, way back in Deuteronomy, that's what John talking about. If I go in Hebrews, the 10th chapter, and read it. See, let me tell y'all something. The worst thing that I'm gonna say that now. The greatest gain that ever came into the church was prosperity. Because a con artist know that the average person wants something for nothing. So now, with the con artist spirit, we done ran game on y'all and had y'all believing that y'all way up there. And then we kicked you from up under. Now you don't have nothing. Because we We, we in the church, we done manipulated y'all and had y'all believing in something that's not even true. And the reason why it's not true, show it to me in the Bible. And the average pastor cannot show it to you in the Bible. See that dude? What that dude name? He the one got Creflo Dollar started. Him. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He went over there in Africa. Went around the pastor that had the largest church in the world. He. Y'all know he used to sit at the table back in the days. Him and his wife used to sit at the table and read the Bible and talk about faith and talk about faith and talk about faith. He the one got the coolest game going with prosperity. So he goes over there. He makes the pastor an apostle. He makes the pastor an apostle. Y'all don't understand the game of the Bible, bro. Nowhere in the world a pastor can make another pastor an apostle. You want to read Revelation again? Come back in Revelation. Hold up. According to the 18th chapter of Revelation, I read verse 20 again. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and you holy apostles and prophets, for God has avenged you on her. Paul's game was prosperity. Prosperity spins off of titles. We give you a title, now we teach you to be. No pastor, none, not even a bishop. I don't know where to get this game from. They running on us in these churches. I'm an apostle. Use a damn lie. I'm a bishop. Use another damn lie. God said, I will give you prophets. I will give you pastors after my own heart. It's not that what the scripture says. It's not that what the scripture says. Okay, now. Then Joel said, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. Right? If you look at the day of Pentecost, right? Pentecost is where? In the book of Acts, right? Okay? The day of Pentecost was on, coming in the second chapter of Acts, right? We all agree with that, right? Okay, now, according to Paul's writing, Paul gives us an understanding of the bishop. Now, if Joel said he gonna pour out his spirit upon all flesh, and now y'all running out there talking about now he gave us gifts to be a bishop, well, what the heck was Judas? Judas was a bishop. I'll wait. That was way before the pouring of the Holy Spirit. And it ran so much game on y'all. I'm sitting in the courtroom. I'm people, right? I'm looking at all these people. These dudes don't really know me taking the stands. And I'm tripping. I'm like, man, people really take the stand on you. And he's sitting over there with the green suit on, who? Michael Matthews. I said, wow. All the while, God have me going through what I'm going through for a reason. These people ain't got everybody they can get. They ain't got the South Central Bell people. Lady got on the phone, she got on the stand, talking about they had phone calls from me all the way to Colombia. Renault looked at me like, I said, no, Renault, I got some people in Colombia, but I ain't never used no house phone. I ain't never used that house phone for that. The lady got on there. I don't know where they get the paperwork from. And this. I don't know if they made a mistake and called me and I answered the phone, but I never talked to the Colombians on the phone. Then here come the police. He get on the stand. Well, we stopped him here and there, and we took this amount of money off. I said, hold up, Renaud, man. That was way more than that. Where the rest of the money at? So I already know the police are jacking because they didn't report all the money that they had taken. So I'm peeping game on all this. I'm like, say, bro, when y'all see me, believe me, been there, done that. Might not look like it, might not talk like it. See, bro, I lived that life. So now, when I get into the Lord, I get into the church, see, bro, that's fake to me. According to the reality of life and experiences of life, no, bro, no. Why? I didn't even know one scripture. But look at how God was keeping me. I wasn't reading no Bible, but look at how God was keeping me. So now you come and tell me I gotta dot all my I's, cross all my T's, and God gonna do this and that for me? You's a lie. You's a lie. Because if it had not been for the Lord, oh my God, that people trying to throw me away. I'm sitting there. Here come this police. Here come this detective. Here come ATF. We got this gun out the house. We got this scale out the house. I'm like, what the world going on here? It's Mike, man. I ain't but 28 at the time. I don't have an earthly clue what these people about to do to me. When I tell y'all I don't have an earthly clue, I don't have an earthly clue. I'm sitting there like the dumbest kid, in the world. And this federal government is about to throw me away. They have intentions on throw me away. As my mother said, the lady said in the bathroom, he's a tough cookie, but we gonna get him. We gonna get him. To that little brother over there, to that little sister over there, even my own kids. Say, bro, don't ever put yourself in a position. Don't ever put yourself in a position to cause these people to harm you. When you know who you are, and you know who you are in God, and you get to know God, watch what God do for you. You don't owe God nothing. You don't owe him nothing. He ain't never told you you owed him. He said, believe in him. He said, believe in him. There's no way in the world I would know what I know if it wasn't for God. Ain't no man told it to me. Not one man breathing. Not one man breathing. Not one man breathing to say, I taught him that. Not one. Not one. When I read that about that little girl, that broke my heart. People, just because people have titles, just because people have positions, don't be fooled by that. I tell y'all my story. I ain't got nothing to hide. As I say, I never in my life hurt nobody. Nobody. That's why I could come on here and say what I say. And say it like I say it. I've been on here for over 2.5 years. Did you ever hear any baby mama come on here? Oh, he wasn't no good, and he this and that. No, you ain't never heard that. You ever heard it? Oh, he never. I don't run them kind of games, man. I'm a game collector. I peep game. I don't run game. So now, when I observe what you're doing to me, come on, man. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. Let's play this game. I know how this game goes. So now, as we going through this, Renaud said, but they gonna have this, they gonna have that. I said, Renaud, bro, one thing I didn't do nothing with dudes. Know why? Because a man will envy another man. A man will be jealous of another man. A man will try to replace a man. But that woman, she cold solid. She cold solid. Him told me that. Don't ever in your life do nothing illegal with a man, because a man gonna tell on you. That's what the pimp told me. That's what the pimp told me. And sure enough, when I got in trouble, a bunch of men was on the stands. A bunch of men. Not now one of them women. Not now one of them women. Men talk all that noise, but let the truth be told, women run this world for real. Because the average man can't think. Can't think. See, shorty, look, count this. The baby, count that. What you got? Why? She the main shorty. She questioning it. See her? She side. She side. That's why the average dude get messed up by the one that's right by. Old pimp told me that. Don't ever let her know your business. Because guess what? With her, mad day gonna come. And when mad day come, she gonna tell her. You say, but her, solid, solid, cold guy. And the average man, he's not a thinker. Because guess what? He gonna make her mad when he go over there. Now we got problems. So when I open this book, I look at all life experiences. I turn these pages, I say, hold up, Lord, I remember that. Hold up, God, I understand that. So when I open the book and I go in Hebrews 10:27, but a certain faithful looking for of judgment and the fiery indignation which shall devour the adversary. He that despised Moses' law, he that despised Moses' law, died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. What? Say, Mike, that's all they need. 2 or 3 witnesses. And done. Shorty took 7 years and was pregnant. Shorty said, I ain't taking no stand on Michael. I don't know Michael. I didn't never do nothing with Michael. But that's the game. That's the courtroom game they play. And y'all sit there as jurors and y'all listen to that. And y'all throw people away, not knowing courtroom game. Bird. So when I read Bible, I'm coming off of the ladder as well. I'm coming off of where we've been and where we headed. Verse 29. Or how much sorrow punishment, suppose you, shall he be thought worthy, who has trodden under the foot the Son of God, and have counted the blood of the covenant wherewith he was sanctified an unholy thing, and has done despise the spirit of grace. Brother called me yesterday, right? We running it. Brother said, Pastor Mike, I've been watching you since day one. He said, but I see how you've grown. So we jump out there about the Euphrates, right? So I broke the Euphrates River down to him. I said, stay focused, what's going on. In the beginning, when God created the garden and ran the rivers, one God time in the Bible where Jesus sinned. But said, not. Don't let the sun go down on your wrath. So he didn't sin, but he got angry. I said, but let me tell you what. They were buying and selling. In other words, they had to made the house of gold. They had to made the house of money. If you don't get time, as he came to the prices, they had to up the prices. He didn't have a problem with what they were doing per se, but they were upping the prices. They were overcharging the people. They were going to. How you gonna keep the law when you're going against the law? When doves and pigeons have a certain price on them. But if nobody break this stuff down to us, then have I say, brother, look at it just like today. Let something go on in the hotel prices go up a week. Hotel price on $40. The same thing in the Bible. The same thing that happened in the Bible during the time of Jesus. Same thing happened today. People just like running game. And God gonna get tired of all the game. My thing is, why we don't know it? Why we don't know game? If we read in the Bible, why we don't know the game? Verse 30. For we know him that have saved. Vengeance belong unto me. I will recompense, says the Lord. And again, the Lord shall judge his, and the Lord shall judge his people. But yet, but yet, but yet, but yet, but yet, we won't judge. We won't condemn. All the while, we don't have an earthly clue. And I look back, in them 57 years, oh, God been with me. God allowed me to see some things. And he told me to eat this book with all those life experience. Let's roll, God. Let's roll. I'm a game collector. This book and break the code. So how you gonna touch me? Now, I don't have a clue. This is why, from Revelation all the way to Jesus. So if it's in Revelation, every time I go in Revelation, I take you to other parts of that book. How the world y'all don't know what's gonna happen? Even in Deuteronomy. And these people over here love Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy, Deuteronomy, Deuteronomy. Okay, well, why you don't know that? What's that about? What is that about? I'm sitting in that chair listening to all these lies and all these people lie on me. The world going on here. Came later that day, it was my turn. The Lord did his thing, Demetrius did his thing. The Lord right now today is a judge. He's a judge over that juvenile court. That young man handles business. Demetrius Ford, hell of a lawyer. Hell of a lawyer. Them dudes ain't just got in the game, you know? Them dudes was in the game. Were they my lawyers? No. Went to school with them? No. I didn't trust these big time lawyers. Why? I know they play the sellout game. I know they play the sellout game. Why? I just dealt with them in the early 90s. We're not about to do that one. No. And then I'm sitting in that room and I heard what they said. Oh no, we must do that one. I get somebody who don't know how to play the game. Who don't know how to play the game. So everything they told Renaud came back and told me because he didn't know how to play the courtroom game on a criminal level. The lawyer out there to see was there to Renault. Oh, well, they say this and that. They say, will you take 5 years probation? I said, poor Renault. I said, Renault, you hear what you just asked me? Will I take 5 years probation? Renault, it's the feds, bro. They don't give probation. Nah. I said, Renault, you want to know the truth? It really ain't got nothing on me, bro. So now they won't play the games. What I told you before, Renault. We gonna get 6. They gonna get 6. Young people, violent. What could you tell me? What could you tell a 28-year-old man? What could you tell him? Got money, got women, got clothes, got cars, whatever you want, he had it. What could you tell them young people in the streets? Stop doing what they're doing? Who won't hear that? Who won't hear that? But all you older people, all of you older people, with all on you, you people, get it. If God and God is holy, look at all the games in this Bible that God was always putting Israel on. Too dumb. They too busy. I'm done. Watch this, people. Watch this. Listen. Listen to what these people teach you, right? Watch this. All the people talk about the Israelites. All the people talking about the Hebrews. Listen. Listen to that, right? Israel was in Egypt. When they were Egyptians, they had Egyptians. Well, it was cool. When the plagues came, some of the Egyptians was like, whoa, this stuff serious. Even though they didn't believe in God, they seen how serious it was. Who? Israel's God, these Hebrew people. Because they ain't Israel yet. They ain't Israel yet. They still Hebrew. Now, watch this. Who? These Hebrew children. When he let them go, he let them go out of Egypt. Some of the Egyptians were with them. Some of the Egyptians were with them. So now, when they get into the wilderness, say, bro, say, bro, say, big, I'm the same one. I'm the same one who was with you in Egypt. I know you're slow. I know you done this box of rocks. I know you can't think past go. I'm the same one who was with you in Egypt. So now the Egyptians shoot the game. To who? The Hebrews. Say, bro, y'all really think God had him to bring us out here? So now they done shot the cross. Who? These Egyptians. So now these Hebrew, soon to be Israelites, now they questioning themselves. They question themselves so much, they question Moses. Say, bro, why God brought us out here to die? Where they got it from? They didn't understand game. The Egyptians ran game. You got to know Solomon. Solomon was into Proverbs. The Proverbs, the wise saying, came out of Egypt. The Egyptians were some wise people. So now Paul tells Moses, say Moses, bro, I heard what they say. This is why Solomon, when he writes Proverbs, life and death is in the power of the tongue. Because God told Moses, say, bro, I heard what they say. Where they got it from? They got it from the Egyptians. Boom. So now their life is about to be messed up because somebody ran game on them. They wasn't able to peep game. So when Jesus come on the scene, the thing he do, open your eyes, people. Unstop your ears, people. Loose your tongue, people. Stop running around here like y'all lame. Y'all are not lame. Get up, let's roll. Oh, oh. These pastors, we not gonna teach y'all like that. Read the stories. Read your Bibles, people. Egyptians, them Egyptians throw them children in the cross. We get in the New Testament. Them Europeans throw the world in the cross. Paul did the best he could do. And what? Spreading the gospel to a bunch of Gentiles. Them doggone Romans, in power. They got the money. Money talk, bull walk. So now, of course, everybody gonna run where the money at. That Monday, we ain't do no more picket trail. That Tuesday, they went in. They went in. I'm hitting Renard. Say Renard Brown, that wasn't me. Had that brother had my co-defendant last name, wouldn't have been the same as mine. The peep game now, people. His last name Matthew, my last name Matthew. And show you how sharp the prosecutor was. She didn't call first name, she called last name. So when she's talking to the detective, she says, Matthews. Which Matthew? The jury wasn't going to ask that because the jury just coming in for the first time. They don't know me from nobody else. All they know that's Michael Matthews. They didn't know this other guy last name was the same as mine. So when the prosecutor used the game, kept saying Matthew. I'm hitting Renault. I said, but that wasn't me. What can we do? Game, people. Whole game. Y'all better wake up, people. Y'all better wake up. They run so much game around y'all. First thing they made y'all believe, that game was bad. Nothing bad about game. Nothing. Nothing. The only bad part is that you can't recognize it. Had the children of Israel in that wilderness was able to recognize game, a lot of them would have made it out. Had those people, as Paul gave them the gospel, understood the game that the Europeans ran, why? They were a bunch of white folks. So they painted the picture and representation of their skin color. Why? You just come and tell us about this dude. We don't know it. We wasn't in Jerusalem. We way up here in Europe. But let's paint him like this. So now we come down through history, and now today you got these jokers talking about what the white man did, this and that. No, bro. No, bro. This game got started in Europe, and it went out throughout the whole world. So now here come you. I don't know even what to call y'all. And the white man did, and the white man died, and the white man died, and the white man died, and the black man, and the... Come on, bro. It's okay. Y'all, God, Pastor, don't even put y'all on game. Have the mic, I give y'all game. Always listen. Watch. I look at my mother, right? My mother in her 80s. I say, God, I'm not going to wait till I get 80 to live like I'm in my 80s. So I was sharing that with someone, right? I said, why people wait till they get in their 80s to live like they're in their 80s? So mom said, if I would have done more exercise and if I would have done more eating right, if I would have done in your 50s, you should live like you are in your 80s. In your 40s, you should live like you are in your 80s. Walk, eat right, drink right. So when you get to your 80s, you won't have those problems. The worst thing we ever did is compare that old lady, which is the white old lady, to that old lady, which is the black old lady. Why? Because that black old lady, she never had a day of rest. That white old lady, she been resting all her life. So she could get in her 80s and still function. She could get in her 90s and still function. She could get in her hundreds and still function. Why? Because that black lady had to work for that white lady. She ain't had to work. She had time to exercise. She had time to rest. Mogan. In that 18th chapter of Revelation, God talking to the apostles and the prophets. God going to finish for you people. Don't worry about what nobody's doing. Believe you me. Believe you me. I learned the hard way. You don't have to learn the hard way. I done went collected all the game. I'm a game collector. I say, God, how in the world, I be on there hour and a half teaching, and I take a 2.5 minutes of just street game and spit game, and I get over 11,000 views compared to an hour and a half of teaching. Show you right there. I don't have to do this. I come on here for a minute, 2 minutes, spit some street game, I'm gone. And guess what? Be the biggest person in the world. With all the game, with all the knowledge, with all the understanding, and with all the experience. Couldn't stop. But instead of running behind money, instead of going behind a name, I'd rather be right here and teach y'all the game. From Revelation all the way to Matthew. Because the average person in the pulpit, they took this book and ran down. And if I'm lying, y'all in y'all 40s, y'all in y'all 50s, y'all in y'all 60s, y'all in y'all 70s and 80s. If I'm lying, come show me. We ain't arguing, we ain't fussing, we ain't doing none of that. Bring your Bible, come show me. Show me if I'm lying. That they have not been running game on me. Show it to me. And you can't. You know why? Because you never was taught to recognize game. Don't put your mouth on God, on a man of God. That's God. Before you go to pastor, you got to talk to the deacon and all them. Game. Look at my Mercedes. Look at my house. Look at this and that. Game. Because it was your money. Your money. Your money. That bought the house. That bought the Mercedes. That bought the seat. Your money. not my money. And let your child ask you for something to eat. Now you get mad with it. You won't beat the child. You won't talk crazy to the child. From next month, they're gonna start this thing. Before y'all do all that Christmas shopping, for y'all give God, give God. That's your money. That's your money. Go enjoy your life with your money. God, God will add years and years to a person's life. And you'll never understand. You'll never understand. With that said, people, y'all got some unstopped ears. Y'all no longer blind. Y'all no longer loop. Y'all tongue is loose. Say what you gotta say. Stop biting your tongue, man. That hurts. When you bite your tongue, that hurts. Bite your tongue for nobody. You did? Call it as you see it. You see it, call it. That's what you got a mouth for. You see it, call it. When you hear it, you fall back. Watch it and speak on it. Don't be quick to speak. The Bible says be quick to listen, slow to speak. So when you go to run in your mouth, I'm gonna fall back and listen. While I'm listening, I'm watching. Why? Because body language say some things the mouth not say. So I need to watch your body as well as listen to what come out your mouth. Some people you all up and down. What's that? What you looking at me for? I gotta make sure I read you right. Man, if before we had the Spirit of God in us, before we had the Spirit of God in us, you know what we had in us? Common sense. Before we had the Spirit of God in us, we had common sense. Common sense built that boat. God had the animals to go to the boat, but common sense built the boat. Common sense delivered that baby out of Eve because it wasn't nobody but Adam and Eve. Common sense. And we don't even use common sense. As sharp as we are. So just imagine having people. If you have not gotten it, text 504-598-6674 and you'll get it. So today I'm going through the whole line of Texas and making sure because some people they ask for the folder, but they ask for the folder in the live. Oh, yeah, you gotta know the game. Never in your life again allow nobody to run game on you that you should have been able to beat. Now if it's some new game, like I said, street game, you know the one you said we was gonna talk about if your parents the lady with the sharing her story, I was like, oh man. A lot, I'm gonna tell y'all something, bro. If it or you me, to me, may not be to you, that hour of missing that loved one that was so one holiday. That foolishness, God don't want you to have another spirit. God wants you to enjoy your life. But Jesus said, I gave you life. I gave you life. and that you may have peace. I pray for you with that. So now it's just a matter of helping us to adjust. Say, if I know how I feel, baby, I know how I feel. Another. We have to inspire and encourage one another. This is what we have to do. We have to do that for one another. Why? Because these are going to be some rough days. It's going to be some rough times. So whatever I can do to better it, I'm good because I love y'all. They will become even yes. So yeah, man, driving in that ministry about to change the entire world. Dropping the net about to do to the world what the Europeans did. You gonna paint the picture, baby. Painting the picture, you're gonna be able to recognize game. It's like in jail, right? When we get pictures in jail, we might look at the same picture for about 3 months. But when we look at, see, the average person, look at my picture. We just look at the picture. We pass it on. But in jail, well, we look at the picture. We look at what's down the street. We look at the license plate on the car over there. We look at the paint missing off the house. We missing, and then we start thinking, who took this picture? Why they looking like that on your face? Why they wearing this? Why they wearing that? We really look at the picture. We look at it. And a lot of us, when we open the Bible, we just glancing at it. But if we ever just stop and really look what is being said in that verse, in that chapter, on that page, oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, we all right, people. We good. We good over here. That's why we're on board now. Now just think, people. Just think. Tomorrow, Wednesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Thursday is Thanksgiving. Now you as a jury, y'all done said in here Monday, y'all done said in here Tuesday. First of all, y'all didn't want to be in here. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. You didn't want to be in here as a jury. So you done been here Monday. We didn't leave out there till about 7, 8 o'clock Tuesday. We didn't leave out there till late at night because we had that many people taking the stand, this, that, and other. So we was there for a good while Tuesday. Only to come back tomorrow, which is Wednesday. Now remember, the next day is Thanksgiving. Now y'all done been there Monday, y'all done been there Tuesday, now y'all Wednesday. Y'all should be at home making y'all cakes. Y'all not cooking y'all gumbo. Y'all not, so y'all already feeling some type of way. You are already feeling some type of way because you feel to believe you should be home cooking and preparing for Thanksgiving, but yet you sitting on the jury for this little guy being accused of this and that. And you want me to preach about Thanksgiving? But I will never ever forget Thanksgiving. I will never in my life forget Thanksgiving. And if them people still alive, because there was a lot of us older people, if them people still alive and people still around, God bless their heart. God bless their heart. To be in there that Monday, that Tuesday, and that Wednesday. Only knowing you should be ready to have your food cooked and prepared for your family Thursday. Whew. Who could get a greater beating than that? Arrested in September, trial November, and then you got a trial right before Thanksgiving. Oh, that mercy. Lord have mercy. Hey, you want me to pick a Bible up and be fake? Ain't happening. Ain't happening. I'm going to say what God give me to say, however I feel that he will allow me to say it. And I don't give a damn about what nobody else says. Why? Because you haven't been through it. You went through what you went through. I went through what God brought me through. That's that. That's that. So that's why I give y'all the real. That's why I give y'all the real. I'm gonna drop these people stuff off at the post office. Y'all be blessed. See y'all tonight. Pick the days, pick the nights. I love my numbers enough to put them on game, man.
Put y'all on a lot of
Game. So now every day game. I'm a share the game with you, so you can visualize the game and understand the game. Why? Because I truly believe if we really taught our young people, my son Cheese, right? A while back, every day, Dad, give me some game, Dad, give me some game, Dad. Yeah, how you know all that? Dad, give me some game. So every day I used to give him some game. Like when I was in jail, right? They had this dude, uh, Boo Johnson. Boo Johnson. Every day, he in jail, and he probably was on drugs while he was in the streets, right? But he in jail, and he didn't really have no family. He didn't really have nobody taking care and looking out for him, right? So Boo Johnson used to like to tell jokes, right? So he would always come by me and borrow a soup or whatever. Man, you got a soup or something I can have? He really ain't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. So I used to tell Bo Johnson, look, I said, bro, look, you can come, you get whatever you want at the locker, bro, but when you come, just give me a joke. Tell me every night before I went in my rack, went to bed, Boo Johnson had to tell me a joke. Man, that dude would have me dying laughing. And the funniest joke to me, may not be to you. The funniest joke Boo Johnson ever told me was about Cyrus. And Boo Johnson said there was a little boy named Cyrus, right? And the little boy Cyrus, all he did, Cortez, all Cyrus did was cuss, 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 cuss. And Cyrus was born with his arms like this, right? And all he did was cuss. So one day the children was on the basketball court, they playing ball, the children playing. And Cyrus went behind the building and got on his knees. This is what Boo Johnson telling me. He said Cyrus went behind the building, got on his knees, and started praying to God. And he said, God, if you make my arms like the rest of the children, he said, God, I promise you I won't curse you no more. He said, God, I just want to play like the rest of the children and my arms be like the rest of the children. And he said he would never ever curse again. So as Cyrus praying, his arms were stretching out. And when he opened his eyes and seen his arms, he said, God damn! And he jumped back. I died. I died. I said, oh, no. He said, Mike, he went back to cussing because he couldn't believe what God had did for him. Ah! That's how a lot of y'all are. Y'all be praying to God. God, I ain't gonna cuss no more. So we go, while you yet praying, while you were yet praying, God had already answered. God had already answered. I died. They almost got put out the unit. What you laughing at, Matthew? Man, Boo Johnson told me about Cyrus. That was the funniest boy. Let me tell y'all something. I gave him 3 suits that day. Man, get 3 suits out the locker. Man, go to your rack. Go to B. People, whether they're in jail, whether they're out here, everybody don't have what you have. I had family support. I had family looking out for me. I had money on my conscience. He didn't have that. He did not have that. So it was my job to help that brother, to make sure he was all right. It's your job. It's your job to help someone and make sure they're all right. If the church was as powerful as the church been having us to believe, why the church ain't helping nobody? Anybody could give out some damn turkeys. Ain't everybody ain't no damn turkey. Anybody can give out a damn turkey. Who want a turkey? I want no damn turkey. I'm tired of eating turkey. I'm turkeyed out. Y'all don't have nothing else to give us? Don't matter, you ought to be grateful. Grateful for what? A damn turkey? Say, but get him my turkey. Get him my turkey. Give all them my turkey. I don't want no turkey. What happens after Thanksgiving? What happens after Thanksgiving? Make sure those people have. Make sure those people are right. That's our job as leaders to make sure everybody all right. Well, here y'all come. The man, the blind man, he wasn't a believer, but he cried out to Jesus. The other blind man, he didn't even know Jesus' name. He didn't even know Jesus' name. Who healed you? I don't know. All I know, I was blind. Now I see. Well, what his name? Say, but I don't know that dude's name. Y'all worry about his name. All I know, I was blind. Now I see. He didn't know Jesus' name. The man by the pool of Bethesda, the one that wanted to get in the water, they asked him, say, bro, who was he? I don't know. I don't know. Look at all the people that Jesus helped, and they didn't even know who Jesus was. Well, here come you church folks. Like it's all about us. How are we going to help a dying world when we are only care about ourselves? My church, my church, my pastor. Don't do that. The whole entire world, man. Not just no particular people, not just no class of people. Everybody. And when you have that mentality, watch what God do for you. God will always make sure you pay up because He know you're gonna do the right thing. That's why the average pastor have to bathe. God is less to make it on your feet. Here you go, man. Let me get this. Let me get that. Why? I gave him something to get on his feet. Is the church helping you to get on your feet? That once you on your feet, you can come and feed the church? No, no. The church run game on you. So now you live in hope, 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 hope. Really? Really? He said, don't be just hearers of the word, be doers of the word. So when y'all run there with that game, that's just hope. Y'all just hearing. Don't have nothing to do with doing. When you make sure he all right, when you make sure she all right, when you make sure they all right. I don't knock the turkey thing, but that's a tax write-off. They're supposed to give people turkeys. Nino Brown gave out turkeys, and he was a drug dealer. So that don't excite me. That don't excite me. Because guess what? You have far more people in need than that. Half of them gonna cut two slices off the turkey and throw it away anyway. With all them hungry people over there. Yes. All right, people, y'all go ahead. I'm gonna post all the footage. I'm gonna check this thing and make sure I got some last minute blue folders going out. We'll get into those blue folders. We're gonna do some real deep study, some major teaching. This whole entire year we went through Revelation. Next year we're gonna go through Acts. But we just gonna go through this Bible, and I'm pretty sure you all learned a lot. I've learned a lot. It's been a blessing. It's been a blessing. And and the thing is, you know, you all keep in mind, keep in mind. We know that the president, Abraham Lincoln, that's what it was called, Lincoln. The third Thursday of November, every third Thursday in November, we're going to call it Thanksgiving. That's what the president did. Every third Thursday in November, we're going to call it Thanksgiving. So here come these dudes. See, bro. See, bro. All the dude was the president at the time. And the dude said, okay, let's just make it a day of Thanksgiving. Here y'all come with these pilgrims and all these people with it. All right. Because you know what get me, people? Watch this, people. It's this crazy to me. If you go back and you look at the old movies, right? The cowboy movies. In the cowboy movies, they had cowboys and Indians, right? So now, if this the movie industry and they have all these cowboys and Indians, we think John Wayne the only one got the money? The Indians ain't getting no money? None of these people got no money? It's crazy. It's crazy. So he said, y'all get full, y'all love on people, all that these bitter people, these hateful people, these people who have personal problems, like the therapist that told the little girl, how you tell a child your mama just had sex? She didn't want you, she really not your mother. What kind of therapist is that? But anyway, I'm gonna try to get in touch with that young lady. She don't have nothing to do with no pastors. She don't have nothing to do with no church. Because of the pastor was not able to stand up. Say, bro, how could any pastor, say he did not know what to say if from God? How can you not know what to say if you from God? How you do not know what to say if you working for God? How? That don't make sense to me. You come to me. Oh, I'm gonna give you something. Why? Because God gonna give it to me. And 9 out of 10, a lot of us mess up as pastors because we don't listen. We want to do all the time. When 9 out of 10, when you come, if I just listen and you let you talk, you're going to answer your own question. 9 out of 10, you're going to say something that's going to be key. There you go. That's what you need right there. But if I don't have nobody that I could go to and run it with, how am I know? So now when I go to these pastors, well, just pray. It's going to be all right. Just read the Bible.